विशेषात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Krishna Consciousness, the Topmost Yoga System by Stephen Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are reading chapter 4, the goal of yoga. Last time we have read that this yoga system, or especially Bhakti Yoga system, that requires the concentration of one's attention on the Supreme Soul, that is Lord Vishnu. And Prabhupada is mentioning our senses are just like horses and they carry impurity forces. That means it carries our senses to very dangerous direction and drag into the hole, hell. And also Prabhupada compared this, our senses are just like serpent. So today we'll read some more paragraph. You may say that this may be true only for some foolish person, but Shastra says no, you should not sit in a secluded place, even your mother, sister or daughter, because senses are so strong that even though you may be very moral, you may still be attracted by sex life. So Prabhupada is mentioning that for those who are advancing in spiritual life, not only for them but for everyone, the Shastra says that you should not sit in a secluded place, even with your mother, daughter, or sister, because our senses are too much stubborn. So one may fall into the attraction of sex life in any time, even if one is so much intelligent or a strong sense of morality. Robert mentioning this attraction by sex life is so dangerous that one can be dragged into that sex impulse, even one try to resist by our one intelligence or morality. Probably our position in this world, our suffering in this world is due to the body. So why we are suffering in this world? Because of bodily concept of life. And this body is cause of all miseries. And the ultimate goal of life should be get out of this material body and be situated in the spiritual body. So why Prabhupada mentioning? Because we are in this material life and because we are in this material body, that's why we are getting so much miseries. But our ultimate goal is to get out of this material body. Because this body is a foreign atmosphere. The soul is very spirituality. The soul is very free spiritually, but it has been conditioned by material atmosphere. So this is the essence of the whole paragraph. Prabhupada mentioning that our soul is spiritually free, but our body is conditioned by material atmosphere. And because this body is made up of matter. So in whole paragraph, Prabhupada is mentioning that we are already a free, spiritually free, but we are conditioned by this material nature by assuming different variety of this material body. But due to this body, we are getting too much misery. And that's why our goal is to get out of this material bodily concept of life. Next paragraph. A human being is fit to inquire as to whether he is this body or something else. So in scripture, there is a very beautiful term. It is mentioned, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. It means, therefore, one should inquire about something great. So this can be understood very easily. I am not this body, because at the time of death, the body remains, although everyone cries. So, oh, poor man is gone. The man is lying there. Why do you say he is gone? He is lying there. At that time, we can come to our senses. The body is not the person. The real person has gone. The childhood body is changed to youthful body, and the childhood body is gone. Similarly, when the boyhood body is gone, you will have to accept a body like mine or an old man body. The body is changing not only year after year, but at every second, the body is changing. So, one scientific fact, it is mentioned that in every 7 years, our whole body, the cell of our whole body, get replaced. So, one example, Prabhupada is giving the example of a dead man. Means a person who is lying before us, but he is not there. People say that man or that person pass away. So that person is there, but who is passing away? Prabhupada mentioning that living force or the soul is passing away. Sometimes one person came to Srila Prabhupada and asked Prabhupada, in uh, in your Bhagavad Gita as it is, you have mentioned every time, every chapter, every sloka you have mentioned you have not body, you are spiritual. So does every sloka says the same thing? The Prabhupada is mentioning, he, do you know who are you? That person say, yes, I know. So Prabhupada said, who are you? I am this body. So then Prabhupada very smilingly said, then I need to write that I am not this body, I am spiritual many more times. Because you have not till now, you have not convinced. Okay. Am I audible? ମୋତେ କଥା ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି ନା ନାଇଁ? ଉମେଶ ପ୍ରଭୁ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ପ୍ରଭୁ।
ଏ ଟିକେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ହଉଛି। Okay. So similarly, second example Prabhupada କଣ ଦେଲେ? Our body in the ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଛୋଟ ପିଲା ଥିଲେ, ଗୋଟେ କୁନି ପିଲାଟେ ଥିଲେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ବଡି ଥିଲା ଆମର। ସେଇଭଳି ଆଜି 15-20 ବର୍ଷ 25 ବର୍ଷ ପରେ ଆମେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବଡି ଦେଖା ହଉଛି। ଆଉ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆହୁରି ବଡ ହେଇଯିବା, ଗ୍ରୋନ୍ ଅପ୍ ହେଇଯିବା ପୁରା, ଏଠି ବଡି ଫିଚର ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଯିବ, ପୁଣି ବୁଢା ହେଇଯିବା। ତ ଏଭ୍ରି ସେକେଣ୍ଡ, ଏଭ୍ରି ମୋମେଣ୍ଟରେ ଆମର ବଡି ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହଉଛି। ତ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ ଯଦି ସେତେବେଳେ ଛୋଟ ପିଲା ଥିଲେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମକୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପଚାରୁଥିଲେ ଆମେ କଣ କରୁଥିଲେ କି ମୋ ନାଁ ହେଲା କଣ ଜୟପ୍ରକାଶ। ଏବେ ବି ପଚାରିବ ମୋ ନାଁ କଣ ଜୟପ୍ରକାଶ। ବୁଢା ହେଲା ବେଳେ ପଚାରିବ ମୋ ନାଁ କଣ ଜୟପ୍ରକାଶ। ଜୟପ୍ରକାଶ ଇଜ ଅଲୱେଜ ଜୟପ୍ରକାଶ। ବଡିଟା ଆମର ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଯାଉଛି। ତ ପ୍ରଭୁପାଦ କାହିଁକି ଏତେ ଏନଫୋର୍ସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି? କାହିଁକିନା ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦ ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନାଲ ଟିଚିଂ। ଯଦି ଏଇ ଜିନିଷରେ ଆମେ କନଭିନ୍ସ ହେଇକି ଆମର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ ପୁରା ଡ୍ରାଇଭ୍ କରିବା, ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ସୋଲ ପ୍ଲାଟଫର୍ମକୁ ଆସିପାରିବା। So Prabhupada means this is simple to understand, and because the body is there, we are suffering. So why we are suffering in this material world? Because the body, due to this body, this is the field of action. In the economic field, political field, or any field of activity, social, national, everyone is trying to get out of misery. So there is no other activity, either nationally or socially, individually, collectively. We all are suffering. So this suffering is due to this body. So Arjuna asked Supreme Lord Krishna the sixth question, out of which the first question was Kshetra, and then second is Kshetrajna. Kshetra means the body, and Kshetrajna means this soul. That's why Prabhupada is mentioning this is the first thing one must be convinced of before putting a step into spirituality. So next paragraph we will read this. Yoga means to inquire, what am I? If I am not this body, then what am I? I am pure soul. Now, if my bodily activities or sensual activities are incorrect, I will not be able to understand myself, what I am. And the Bhagavad Gita says that we are grand fools. Why fools? Since we have this body, we are fools. So Prabhupada basically means to us that if we will identify ourselves with this material body, then we are fools. And how sometimes we say, ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛୁ କି ଆମେ ଏଇ ଶରୀର ନୁହେଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମର activities ଗୁଡା ଅଛି that leads more conception that we are this material body. ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଭଗବତ ଗୀତା ପଢୁଛେ, ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ହଁ ଆମେ ପ୍ରଭୁପାଦଙ୍କ ଭଗବତ ଗୀତା ପଢିଲେଣି, କିନ୍ତୁ ପଢି ସାରିଲା ପରେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ activities ଗୁଡା ରହୁଛି ସବୁ, ତ ସେଇଟା more concentrate କରୁଛି ଆମର bodily activity ଉପରେ। ସେଥିପାଇଁ ପ୍ରଭୁପାଦ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି if my bodily activities or sensual activities are incorrect, if I will not be able to understand myself, I am a spirit soul, but my activities are bodily activities. That's why the mismatch leads to wrong notion that we are in bodily concept of life. Since we have this body, we are fools. If sometimes, if somebody invites you to come to his apartment, but you know it is full of danger, do you think you would like to go there? Oh no, you will say, I am not going there. If it is full of danger, why shall I go? ଯଦି କିଏ ଆମକୁ ଡାକିଲା କି ତୁମେ ଆସ ଆମ ଘରକୁ, ତ ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛେ ତାଙ୍କ ଘରେ ଗଲେ ବହୁତ ଅସୁବିଧା ହବ, ତ ଆମେ କେବେ ମନା କରିବା, ଆମେ ଯିବାନି। ସୋ ଆମେ ଭାବୁଛେ ଏଠି ବହୁତ that body is in full of danger। ତ ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମ ଶରୀର ବାସ୍ତବରେ ପ୍ରଭାବିତ ହେଇଯିବ ସେ ଯୋଉ ବିପଦପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ସ୍ଥିତି ଅଛି। then why are you going there taking repeated words? then when you are flying in a plane you are always fearful that there may be a crash, and what is this crashing? It is due to the body. Soul cannot be affected by crashes, but you are always afraid. So our nidra bhaya maithun, this is affecting our bodily concept of life, because soul is immortal, and soul has no business with this fear, with this hunger or lamentation. Soul has no business. So our concept of life must be elevated to spiritual conception or soul consciousness. Rather, we should not live in the concept of material life. Then the soul is ever existing and body will not exist. ଆମ ଶରୀର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ପାଇଛେ, ଏ ଶରୀରଟା କଣ, ଏବେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଲେ ସେବେ ଆମେ ଶରୀରଟା ପାଇଲେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆତ୍ମା ଚିରସ୍ଥାୟୀ, ଆତ୍ମା ଶରୀର ଜନ୍ମ ହେବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ବି ଥିଲା। So because you are existing, the soul has accepted the non-existent body. Therefore you suffer. ନା ଆମେ exist କରୁଛେ, ଆମେ eternal, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ accept କଣ କରିଦେଇଛେ, non internal or temporary material body, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମେ ବହୁତ ସଫର କରୁଛେ। ଛୋଟ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ମୁଁ ମନେ ପଡୁଛି, ଦେଖିଥିବ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲିପ ଥାଏ, ସେଥିରେ ଆମେ ଲୁଗା ଶୁଖାନ୍ତି, ତ ଛୋଟ ପିଲାମାନେ କଣ କରନ୍ତି, ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିପାରନ୍ତିନି ଏଇଟା କଣ, ସେମାନେ କଣ କରିଥିବେ, ତାଙ୍କ ହାତ ଥିବ ଏମିତି, ହାତ ଧର ଏମିତି ଥିବ, ସେମାନେ କଣ କରିବେ, ସେ ଲୁଗା ସଫା କ୍ଲିପ ବହୁତ ଟାଇଟ୍ ଥିବ, ନେଇକି ହାତରେ ଚାପି ଦେବେ। ଦେଖିଥିବ କେବେ ଛୋଟ ପିଲା ଚାପିଲେ ବହୁତ ପେନ୍ ହୁଏ, ଚିଲାନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ, ହେଲା। soul is eternal, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ଏଥିରେ ମ୍ୟାଟେରିଆଲ ବଡିଟା ଆକ୍ସେପ୍ଟ କରିଦଉଛେ, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମରେ ପଡିଯାଉ, ନହେଲେ ଛୋଟ ଛୁଆ ଚିଲେଇଲା ଭଳିଆ କାନ୍ଦିଲା ଭଳିଆ ଆମେ ବି ସଫର କରୁଛେ। Last paragraph. The problem then is how to get out. Just as you try to get out of the fever, the fevered condition is not your permanent life. ଫିବର ମାନେ କାହାକୁ ଜ୍ୱର ହେଇଛି, କିଏ ଭାବିବନି କି ଆମକୁ ସବୁଦିନ ଯାକ ଜୀବନ ସାରା ଜ୍ୱର ରହିବ, ନାହିଁ। ଆମେ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରନ୍ତି କିଛି ମେଡିସିନାଲ ଜିନିଷ ନେଇକି ବାହାରିବା ପାଇଁ। permanent life is enjoyment, but due to fever you cannot enjoy life. So when you are sick you cannot go out, you have to rest and take so many medicine and formulas, but we don't want that. Why would I be a sick person? But you are diseased. Similarly, we should always know that bodily conditional stage of pure soul is disease condition. See the essence of the whole paragraph. Prabhupada mentioning the bodily conditional stage, ଆମ ଶରୀର ଯୋଉ କଣ୍ଡିସନରେ ଆବଦ୍ଧ ହେଇକି ରହିଛି, ଏଇଟା କଣ, ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଆତ୍ମାର ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଡିଜିଜ କଣ୍ଡିସନ। ଯେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଲୋକଟେ ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜ୍ୱରରେ ସେ ପଡିଯାଉଛି, ତ ସେଇ ଲୋକକୁ ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ହଁ ସେ ରୋଗୀ ଅଛି। ଭଲ ଲୋକଟେ ରୋଗର କଣ୍ଡିସନ ଭିତରେ ଆବଦ୍ଧ ହେଇକି ରହିଲା। ସେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ପିଓର ସୋଲ, ତାର ବଡିଲି କନସେପ୍ଟ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡେଭଲପ ହେଇଯାଇଛି, ସେଟା ତାର ସୋଲର ଡିଜିଜ କଣ୍ଡିସନ। ବୁଝିଗଲା ନା ମୌସୁମୀ, ବୁଝି ହଉଛି କିଛି?
ବୁଝି ହଉଛି।
So last, and anyone who does not know that he is suffering from disease is a fool, and he is fool number one. So Prabhupada mention କରୁଛନ୍ତି କଣ, ଯିଏ ଏତିକି ବୁଝିପାରୁନି ଆମେ ଡିଜିଜ କଣ୍ଡିସନରେ ଅଛି, କାହିଁକି ନା ଆମେ ଉପରକୁ ପୁରା ସଫାସୁତୁରା ଦେଖା ହଉଛି, ମୁଁ କହେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସ୍ଡ, ଡିପ୍ରେସ୍ଡ ବଟ୍ ୱେଲ୍ ଡ୍ରେସ୍ଡ, ଆମେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଉପରକୁ ସଫାସୁତୁରା ଦେଖା ହଉଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ବାସ୍ତବରେ ଆମେ ଡିଜିଜ କଣ୍ଡିସନ ଅଛି। ତ ଏଇ ଲାଇନଟା ଆମକୁ ପୁରା ନୋଟ କରିବାର ଅଛି। we should always know that this bodily conditional stage of the pure soul, आत्मा ଯେତେବେଳେ ଶରୀରକୁ ଧାରଣ କରୁଛି material body କୁ, so he is in disease condition. Last Prabhupada mentioned in the Shastra says everyone is born a fool because he has this body, କାରଣ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟେ ଶରୀର ନେଇକି ଜନ୍ମ ହେଇଛେ, therefore he has born a fool. Fool ମାନେ ନିର୍ବୋଧ। No being either American or Indian, cat or dog is free from this. You have come to disease, that's all. If you feel I am an American, that is a kind of disease. If you feel I am Indian, that is also a disease. If you feel I am a cat or dog or anything else, then we are in disease condition. So we are not a cat or dog or Indian or American, fair or black. We are spirit soul, that is our identity. And one who does not understand this truth, that I am pure soul, is repeated in all his activities. Repeated in all his activity means he is living a bodily concept of life, and there is no success in permanent success in his life. तो जेतले आमे सोल बोली कहूचे एटी आमे कंप्लीट करबा जेटी जेतले आमे सोल बोली कहूचे या फिर स्पिरिट सोल बोली कहूचे तो हमर कोन धारणा आसे सोल गोटे छोट जिनसटे गोटे जीवंत ज्योति बढिया एमती आमे भाबंती किंतु वास्तव रे सोल रो निजस्व रूप अछि काहे ना भगवान जने व्यक्ति भगवान रो व्यक्तित्व अछि सेमती आत्मा रो सेंसेस अछि आत्मा भी माने भावंती आत्मा गोटे शरीर रू पळेला गोटे माने ज्योतिटा पळेला सेमती न थाए आत्मा को जेमती गोटे उदाहरण स्वरूप तोरा जोर से शीत करूची जोर से तळे शीत करूची तळे गोटे लोक कोन करिवो पूरा कंबळ भितरे गोटी गाटी हेकी बसथिवो जाकी जुकी हेकी बसथिवो किंतु से जेतळे शीत अवस्था नथिवो एतळे ही इज अ फुल फ्लेश पर्सन से पूरा हाथ गोड़ बाहर करके पूरा बढ़िया से थिवो किंतु जेतळे शीत करूची तो कंडीशन अप्लाई होची तो ते श्रिंक कर दियाउची पूरा छोट होईकी थिवो तो आमे भावंती कि सोलटा एतळे कोन शरीर भितरे आबद्ध होईकी रहि जाय किंतु सेटा जेतळे फुल फ्लेश फ्रीडम पाई जीवो ओटा कोन लिबरेट हे जीवो सेतबेले कोन हबो तार फुल फ्लेश सेंसेस गुडा एक्टिवेट हे जीवो ताकि से भगवान को सेवा कर परिवो सोल माने गोटे छोट जिंस नुहे हां सोल छोट होईकी भी रहि परिवो किंतु सोल रो वास्तव स्वरूप भगवान को शाश्वत धाम रे ही हेता हमें एटी कंप्लीट करबा तो होल पैराग्राफ रे हमें आज कोन पढिले गोटे मिनिट हमें आज फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ रे पढिले कि attraction of sex life even it is applicable to a person of strong intelligence and morality. Second, Prabhupada mentioning that this material body is a foreign body, so we are to be situated in spiritual body. In third paragraph we have mentioned Prabhupada mentioning that the scriptures say we have to inquire something great and why we are in this material body and how this body is changing. Prabhupada mentioning the example of a dead person and then example how our body is changing from childhood to youthhood and from youthhood to old age. Then next paragraph Prabhupada mentioning I am not this body, I am spirit soul, but our bodily activities, this line is important, our bodily activities or sensual activities are on the platform of body. तो आमे जहाँ भी कार्य करूचे आमे इंटेलेक्चुअली कन्विंस हेलानी धीरे धीरे कि वी आर स्पिरिट सोल किंतु हमर बॉडीली एक्टिविटीज कोन अछि कि आमे शरीर बोली आ ए जो बॉडी अछि इट इज नॉट so everything is affected body is affected by so many things so many danger or soul is never affected. Then in next paragraph Prabhupada mentioning that why we are suffering because our ever existing soul is trapped in this body which is non-existent and our fevered condition is not our permanent life. Our permanent life is our enjoyment. That's why Prabhupada mentioning our bodily conditional stage of this pure soul is a disease condition. And next line Prabhupada mentioning, so that is our identity as a spirit soul. When we identify ourselves our spirit soul, then it defeats. Unless we identify ourselves as spirit soul, it will defeat all our material activities. Hare Krishna. Okay, do you have any observation or comment or question? Hare Krishna. Mostly माताई तुम कौन पूजा पढ़ला?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी सब तो बुझा पड़िला
तापर कोटा भल लागिला?
प्रभुजी तो पूरा माने सब पैराग्राफ रा से गोटे ही कांसेप्ट थिला कि हमें होचे स्पिरिट सोल बॉडी नु हमें बॉडी रे कैप्चर हे कि रहि जे जोति पई कि हमें सफरिंग्स होचे आ सोल बॉडी भीतर अछि माने सेटा होची गोटे डिजीज अवस्था आ माने सफर हमें सफर करबा जते पर्यंत हमें बॉडी रे अछि प्रभुजी यही ही बुझली मु
तो हम डिजीज कंडीशन है आम जो मेटेरियल बॉडी को एक्सेप्ट करती प्रोबाइल मेंशनिंग समस्त आम फुल कहीं जन्म हो आम केमी जन्म हेले गोटे मेटेरियल बॉडी को एक्सेप्ट करके जन्म हेले आ से कॉन्शियसनेस ता हमर थ्रू आउट लाइफ ता रही जाए जदि हमें एनक्वायरी करवानी। जयप्रकाश।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
प्रभु जी कंक्लूजन कि हमर जोटा जोटा कि हम शरीर आमे आत्मा से आमे माने माया द्वारा आत्मा रही जाय हम भगवत मुझे मैंने शरीर बोली
ठीक है। नेक्स्ट उमेश प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण।
मते आज का पॉइंट भल लगे आप जो कहले कि जड़े व्यक्ति आसिक प्रभुपाद को पचारे कि सबु श्लोक परपट रे प्रभु जी मैंने कौन लिखते कि मैंने से गोटे जिन बारंबार कौन लिखते तो से प्रभुपाद पचारे कि ना तमे किए तो से कहते ना मु गोटे बॉडी प्रभुपाद कहते ना मत बारंबार ताले आउरी लिखा पड़ो बिकॉज यू आर नॉट एट ऑल कन्विन्स तो बुझा पड़ी कि से एपाई एत थर लिखिं से जिनसा ताकि आम बारंबार पढ़ले सेटा कन्विन्स हो पार कि माने एक्चुअल एब्सोल्यूट ट्रुथ सहित आम कनेक्ट कर पार।
परफेक्ट। तो सेही जिनस बॉडीली कांसेप्ट सेतिपाई देखो भगवद गीतार बेस्ट सेलफ चैप्टर 1 ने केवल अर्जुन प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट अछि आ प्रॉब्लम टा हमर केवल आइडेंटिटी को नै कि हेछि त भगवान गोटे चैप्टर पई पूरा 17 चैप्टर कहउछंती तण केते इंपोर्टेंस अछि बॉडी को हमें बुझिबा कि हमें शरीर नुहे हमें भगवान कर शाश्वत आत्मा बोली तेमती जने देखे सेमती जने भावंती के भावंती प्रभुपाद भगवद गीता आज तो लिखा है सब श्लोक भितर प्रभुपाद भक्ति कहीं प्रवेश करेछंती कि कृष्ण कहीं प्रवेश करेछंती कि बॉडी कॉन्सेप्ट कहीं देछंती माने एति पई गोटे आरंभ रु जने कन्विंस हेई जीवो तो सेटा हला मेन पर्पस। ठीक अछि समस्त बहुत सुंदर पॉइंट शेयर कले बहुत विशेष धन्यवाद। तो नेक्स्ट टाइम काली नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ पढ़ेगा। ठीक अछि। वंशाकल्पतरुर्वश्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरे कृष्ण।